Okay, so we have a plan. We have 10 foot by 10 foot squares. I've just picked a nice easy number, and a set of oh my God. So here we have our plan. 10 foot by 10 foot squares, 30 by 30. I've got my shed, I've got my door, my pathway, tree, sort of where I'm going to cut my wood, my garden, and a fire pit. So what I've basically done here is I have a line here. It's not really a horizon line in the same sense that we've used previously, but I'm using this line as a point of reference to scale. So I've created 4 spots right here. So these represent, so these two ends right here, represent the corners. These 2 dots represent this. So these are going to become our square. Pick up my glasses. So I'm going to pick a vanishing point. And by doing that, I need to make sure that the next sort of thing we're going to do is after we pick the vanishing point, or I'll do it now. So I made these 2.5 inches, right? So if I'm doing a shed, I can go 2.5 inches and know that that's going to be at this point right here. Right? I know that that is basically going to be 10 feet. So I'm going to do a sort of a light line here. Very light as a reference point for that. That's my 10 feet high. That gives me my height. Now, I think my shed is more than 10 feet high because it's got a little roof on it. So that's a good reference. So I'm going to make myself a vanishing point about here. And I am going to draw my grid basically. So I'm not going to draw this line, but I'm going to start, so I meet it here, but I'm going to draw from here. So there we go. And I'm going to draw these ones. So it'll help me keep my work sort of in place, in scale. All right. Okay. So 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet high here. So creating a grid here to match this one. And this part's a little more random. We're going to go off the grid a little bit, which is fine. Right? I didn't put a whole lot in the design here. All right, so I'm going to start off with the piece de resistance, if I can say that right. So it's about 5 feet deep, so it's right here. It's about half of my square. So there's about half between here and here. And then it's shed, and then this is about in the middle. Gives me my wood cutting thing in the middle, right? So I'm going to make a line here and a line here. Okay, that is the base of my shed. All right, so if it's maybe 10 feet tall before the roof starts just straight up. All right, so right. going to help me figure out where my 10 feet tall, right? That gives me my 10 feet tall right here. Okay. So I can move horizontally along here. Well, we see a little bit of the side here. We're not perfectly straight on, which is perfect. And I've already got a bit of a line there, which is great. Okay, so then I'm going to have a roof, which is also horizontal. I'm just going to use the width of my ruler. I'm going to go in front of my roof. Okay. All right, so it says I've got a door. It starts right about here. So let's do the door. 8 feet high usually. I'll do this the width of the ruler as well. Gives me my door frame. Now in front of this, I've got my garden, so that's going to be an entrance way in, right? Okay. So you can do the door any way you like. My shed ends here. And then I've got sort of a wood pile. So maybe I'll have some hunks of wood hanging out here. Maybe I need to have a stump with a big axe in it. Clearly I don't know what an axe looks like. I can play with that later. And we've got a garden over here. Right? See this? With the middle of this square to here. So I can put, I don't know, maybe I'll stick a tree in there. I can put all kinds of plants if I want. Now the fun part is this walkway. So the walkway, if I'm going to do a there we go, construction line. So it comes, so this is the middle square, right? And it comes to about here. And this one, kind of straight. I've already got most of my line there. And then it curves and it covers. See this triangle here? So this guy is covering this triangle. So we're going to try and match except to scale. So 1, 2, 3. So this isn't sketched in there, but I mean, you go beyond it if you like. There. You can make it a dirt path, you can make it a brick path, whatever you like. And then I've got a fire pit. You can see I've got a nice circle right here, I've got this space here. And then I can say, okay, it's about half. Goes to about half. If you're not comfortable doing that, pull your ruler out or your straight edge. Is that half? Here, pretty much. And then I've got it kind of about half here. That's the fun with ovals in perspective, right? Now I want it to be above ground a little bit, and maybe brick. So we can do some brick. Put some wood in there. You can add chairs if you like. Anything you like. Add some add a fence if you like. You want to put a little fence in there. Oops. Put a little fence in there. You can do it right to the edge, or something cute on there, maybe some little fence lights. Have some fun with it. I think I'll put some shrubbery back here instead of a fence. Have some fun with my tree. Just play as you draw. If it doesn't look right, that's what erasers are for. That's why we're using pencil. If you feel like you need a reference, go look at a tree. Take pictures of trees. Use them. I do that. I think I'm better at trees now because I've drawn a lot of them, and that's how I've done it. Right? Maybe we've got a big tree behind this guy. We can really set the scene if we want. Okay.